Hey guys. Shout out to Golden Black. It's good to see you in here. Network Not Found, the Leo B. Shout out to everyone who's here. I'm trying. What I'm trying out is to see, even with the people who are on, who donated on PayPal. I'm trying to see who all. Yeah, I'm trying to get this out to everybody. There was a lot of people in here. A lot of people that donated on PayPal. So I'm trying to because this is how I'm going to be sending them the content too. I'm going to be sending them the content via the email address when they donate to PayPal, because when you donate, you leave an email address. So I'm trying to see by people's email address where, how I can contact them. Good evening, John Goldsby. Network Not Found. You said you're a little bit drunk. I wish. I just have so many things I got to do today because I'm going out of town on Tuesday, and I just got a bunch of preparing to do. And so that's basically what I did. I actually started my day washing my car because my car is like my car is just disgusting right now. Well, it's not disgusting anymore. It was disgusting. And so I had to get my car done. Hey, shout out to Dane. Shout out to Dane. I also want to discuss with you guys some of these dusty beta males because I suspect that they're the ones that got my Twitter account suspended after that post. It was just too much truth for them. So, when people don't want the truth, they get mad. So, we will have to kind of discuss that a little bit. So, Tashi D said, have you guys started to notice how whenever you go on other YouTubers live chats or even a video that's done, somebody has to mention Cynthia's name? Yeah, the funny thing is that and I'm going to show it to you guys because Phil from my Vice show, he texted me something yesterday. We were kind of talking, and Phil frequently, whenever we talk, he'll tell me that there's people who has been in his chat room too, bringing me up and mentioning me and things like that, which is really annoying. It actually is very, very annoying. Those type things, they'll do that. And then he sent me something that somebody made where it's actually quite interesting. The fact that these people actually made these things. The level of time that people have on their hands to do the ridiculous stuff that they do is really, really interesting to me. The fact that they have so much time on their hands. But let me pull it up. Angelica said they are going against you because they hate the truth. Oh, yes, they are. Yeah, they definitely are. They don't like the truth. And thing is, even when they follow these male, content creators on YouTube, the thing of it is a lot of these people are catering their message to accommodate their supporters. And the thing of it is you should do that. I'm not saying that it's wrong to do that. But the problem is if your supporters are dusty beta males who really don't want Black empowerment, they want Black male empowerment. They don't like Black women and they want to lay up with white women and pretend to be pro-Black, then it becomes a problem, because then your message tends to be watered down and actually contradictory and counterproductive. That's the problem. It's because you keep having dusty beta males all over the place. But Kevin Thompson said being a coon or a beta male is not going to work these days of our awakening. You see how they are being exposed now. You know, the thing of it is, though, all of them aren't being exposed, because I've actually keep getting sent very problematic stuff about Tariq. And and again, it's not going to be up to me to expose them, because that's it. I would only do that if somebody comes for me. But there's been some very problematic things that people have been sending me, like extremely problematic. But that's not going to matter, because, again, at the end of the day, you have to look at who his following is. And people are going to continue to follow people that they believe is like them. And so if you have a bunch of dusty beta male followers, you're just going to, you're not, it doesn't matter what they do. Hold on for a second. Okay, so let me look and pull up some of these images really quickly, because I want to show you guys what I'm talking about. But at this point, I mean, I think it's quite clear that these are just stalkers at this point. Like, a lot of these people, because they can't really find any information on me, what they'll do is they'll do stupid, annoying stuff like this. Like, let me zoom in on this just a little bit. Oh no, we want to go out a little bit. Can we show the real thing with that? No. Let's do a little. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you one of two images. I'm going to show you guys one of two things. So this is what Phil sent me the other day. And I'll show you the rest of it after I show you. Wait, which one is this? It is the, oh, okay. So this is one of them, and one of the message he sent, and this is part of whatever, a dating profile per se. This is the other one, if you guys see it. This is the first part of it. And this is my sister, and mind you, this is a picture from a long time ago. So he had to go. I don't have a social media site at all. I don't have a Facebook site. So my stuff, usually my pictures aren't really all over the internet. I don't have any like social profiles for dating and stuff. And my sister doesn't really get on these things either. So this person created this. So he stole pictures of her account and created this, okay? Because first of all, she's not 31 years old. My sister is about to turn 36. So this is how you know it's fake, because he's not even getting the age right. But they put this on a website called Afro Romance or something. And this is supposed to be a profile where I can already tell you this person created, because she would never put on her profile white exclusive. Like, she wouldn't do that, because she doesn't just date white guys. She has a child by a white man, but she doesn't restrict herself to only dating white men. So this is a fake created profile that they like to do so that they can try and discredit me. But since they're not going to find anything that I'm doing, what they'll do is they'll go find stuff about my sisters and then try to use it as a way to discredit me. So he sent this to Phil, and then this is the second part of it. And so I want y'all to know how this is really fake and why you know that this is really fake. Because first of all, in this one, in the first picture, what name does it say up here? It says Real V Woman 31. Okay, now she's not 31, she's turning 6. But then if you look down here, this is a profile that he combined, and at the top it says Lion_Heart 717. Then if you look on here, it says D_Ann Washington, United States. So whoever wrote this person is under the account name of DN. But it says, I met Tony on April 1st of this year. We hit it off right away, and he came to see me in Washington State from Chicago on April 14th. Everything has been great, and he is planning on moving here end of July, beginning of August. We talk every chance we get since we met on this site. Thank you. Then you have under here the name of the person who supposedly wrote this, which says Deanne from Washington State. But if you look on the thing, whoever made the profile made the real V. And this is probably the same person who made the fake YouTube account called the real Cynthia G or whatever. So this person sent it to Phil and says, Cynthia G's sister, yet Cynthia G stay hollering about swirling. They race pimps. But what would my sister swirling have to do with me? So then he said, I have a question. Why are you sending me this? Why are you worrying and stalking Cynthia's sister? Okay. So this isn't the first thing that they've done like this, by the way. Like there's been numerous attempts that these dusty beta males have taken at trying to, and I don't know if you guys were able to see that or not, but it's multiple things that they do as a means of trying to discredit me. Yeah, Angelica said males creating fake profiles about your sister. Sad. This is just how they are. They've come to this, point because out of desperation, they don't like the truth. Clearly indicating that a lot of people aren't really out here telling the raw, unadulterated truth about them. I was over on Black Junction and seeing the same bullshit about on there. Petty little puppies. Yeah, it's stupid. They're just dumb. Craig J said it's hard to argue with what you say when you have dudes like Landon Collins wanting to sit down and educate Harley Barber and dudes saying they would still hit. Well, then the thing is, they said that about Tomi Lahren. So clearly this is the issue. When you're on a social media site posting that you don't care if somebody is calling you a nigger, which is basically saying, I don't care if she's racially degrading me, I'll still hit. That right there means that this is about low self-esteem. So that's just the reality of what it means. It means this is about low self-esteem. It's not about anything other than your self-hate and low self-esteem. So that's simply what they don't like. The fabulous nerd said they have nothing to combat you with, so they make up things. Exactly. And the thing of it is not just one of I have two sisters that have kids by white men. But what would that have to do with me? It's like, so what are you, should I, like, I don't know what control they would think that I have over my sister's dating choices. It's like, me having control over her dating choices is the same as me having control over theirs. And if I had control over her dating choices, she wouldn't date white men. So it's like, I don't even know what are they saying by saying that? I don't even know what they say that to say what. It's just like, so my sisters date white men. Some of them have kids by them. What does that mean for me? Like, what does that say about me and my message? Are they saying that I can't have this message because of who my sisters date? Or I'm not exactly sure what I'm really not sure what their actual point is. But this is what they do. They sit up here and do this. So I'm confident that they're the same ones who got my Twitter taken down after I did that post. Because keep in mind, I only did that post. I did that post on January 19th. It's the 21st, and now my Twitter account is suspended. Actually. So I'm going to have to make another one. And I know Cheryl said she posted on there and kind of let you guys know, but it's just like the level of stupidity it's astounding. It really is. Sir Joe said, do you know how sad and pathetic your life has to be to make fake profiles about everyone you disagree with? Yeah, it's that's the thing. It's like this fixation that they have is really pathetic, because I saw them whenever I was I'm in Robert's live stream. They're in there running around with their trail of dust in his live stream too. So this is just what they do. And there's certain people out there making videos, because the reality of it is that you have a bunch of people who are mad. They claiming that this is a deflection, like me talking about their hair. Y'all want, it's like they want to sit up here and talk about black women's hair all day, every day, try to pathologize black women. And then the minute that you flip the script on them, then they're mad, talking about it's a deflection. Well, you don't know what a deflection is, because a deflection isn't you bringing up the same topic. When men are bringing up women's hair, that's saying that a man shaves his hair so he's not pro-black. That's not a deflection, because the topic is about hair. A deflection is my videos on white supremacy and then them sitting up here talking about hair. That's what that deflection will be. But let me see what Network Not Found said. She said, when you told me people were replying to you using words out of context, or that they didn't know definitions to I died and came back to life. But they are. They are. It's like, don't sit up here talking about it's a deflection. No, it's not. And it's an exact equivalency. And it's like, it doesn't matter if you don't like it. It still is what it is. So it's like, well, what are you wanting me to do just because you don't like it? But, the thing of it is they could be directing their energy towards changing some of these policies at these schools. Notice how they could be doing that, but they're choosing not to. In the time they took to create a fake profile, they could have wrote a letter to Senate or the Board of Education about these schools banning little black girls' hairs, and they haven't done that. So it's like, if you love little girls and you want to do something about their hair so much, then why aren't you really doing it to where it matters? You want to sit up here and create fake profiles about me, and that doesn't do anything except make you look dumb. The Goddess 1965 said, but the logic is our parents have influence on us, but oftentimes many of us do what we want to do regardless of what our parents teach. Exactly. Because my brothers date them and have kids with white women. I mean, and thing is, why not bring that up? Notice how I also said numerous times that both of my brothers date white women and have multiple kids by white women, even some white supremacists. Notice how none of these dusty beta males are bringing up information about my brothers, though. They're only focusing on my sisters, but they refuse to put information out there about my brothers, who actually have more kids with more white women. So if you really wanted to do some exposing, logically, you would do it there, because you would say, oh, well, her brothers are. But see, the thing is, they don't see anything wrong with black men being with white women. They see something wrong with black women being with white men. That's what they see something wrong with. Because I've said in several videos, as many times as I've mentioned my sisters being with white men, I've mentioned my brothers being with white women, but they're not making fake profiles about my brothers. And they're not going to find anything on me, Angelica. What they want to find is they want to try to find me linked to some kind of white man. That's not going to happen, because there is no white man that I'm linked to. They really could, the same vitriol and anger they used to try to find you online and contact your sisters and your fucking nieces and nephews. They could. So the Fabulous Nerd said, I saw someone made a video saying Sin and CK were kind of the same. The comments were saying, no, they are not. Sin fights for her own while CK fight for others. The thing of it is all they see and pay attention to is the fact that I criticize, these, and really not even black men, but just these dusty beta male swirlers. So they don't like that. And you can tell they're the hypocrisy, because like I said, I have two brothers who really exclusively date white women. And one of them has kids by multiple, like at least 4 different white women. One of them a white supremacist. And it's funny how they just focus on who my sisters are dating. It's like, what about who my brothers are dating though? Because both of them will only date white women. So that right there is really interesting. Red Belly said beta males want to breed us out. I show them no respect at all, and you shouldn't. Dane F said, damn, 4 white babies' moms. Yes. So you can imagine how many kids he has with them. And one of them is a blatant white supremacist, and he knew she was a blatant white supremacist because he knew that she was married to a white supremacist male. John Goldsby said it comes from these beta males. They are insecure. Real black men will have no problem competing for a black woman against any race of man. Well, baby, that's because for black men, there is no competition. If, you know, a black man is up to par and he's doing what he should be doing and he's taking that dominant stance as he should, no black woman in her right mind is going, keep in mind, I emphasize no black woman in her right mind is going to choose a white man over a black man. They're just not going to do that. So yeah. Coco Ness Fox said, I guess they fall under the beta male category if they feel insulted. They do. And it's because they are beta males. That's the thing. Only a hit dog is going to holler. Dudes who are not beta males are not sitting over here mad because I'm calling out beta males. Like you just wouldn't see that. It's not possible for them to do that. That's like me getting mad because somebody else is talking about hood rats. Like, really? Sorry, y'all. I'm making some quinoa to make a salad and put quinoa in it for dinner later. And so, but the salad's going to be cold, so I have to cook the quinoa and then let it cool off. So it's just getting done cooking. Sergio said, I'm drained by the hair argument. It's purely cosmetic and has absolutely nothing to do with these white devils oppressing us. How is a weave contributing to the industrial prison context? It's not. My problem with these dudes talking about weave is this. This is my problem with this. It's like you can't try to fight the battle on only one front. Okay, so they claim that they don't like weave and they feel like kids and women and girls should embrace their natural hair, which that's fine. That's true. However, what they don't do is they don't address any of the historical pathology behind it. They don't talk about any of the present oppressing factors in it. They don't do that. They don't do that. They simply say, oh, black women hate their hair and so they have low self-esteem. But the thing of it is that it's like, okay, you're not going to provide any historical context to that. You're not even going to tell us why you think it's hating your hair beyond covering it up or changing it. It's like, and then you're not doing anything about these other situations, like the fact that they're cutting little girls' hair out at school. So that's my problem with it. If they were talking about and addressing these things and hair, then that would be fine. But when you just ignore the history and everything that's continuing to go on with black women's hair, and you simply sit up here and focus and say, no, it can't be anything other than self-hate. Okay, well, now you just look like you have some kind of vitriol for black women. That's what it starts looking like. Because it's like, you can't sit up there and say that, especially when y'all are making these women who don't have natural hair popular. So it doesn't make sense. They're not to me, it's not authentic. And so I can't co-sign anything that's not authentic, because it's like, if you really care that much about black women wearing their natural hair, then you certainly should be You should be doing something about all this systemic hair racism that Black women have been battling for ages. And you shouldn't be cutting your hair off so you can conform to these white standards, and so you don't even have to deal with the racism behind it. But then you're complaining at her because she's putting a weave in her hair. Like, really? Exactly. Network not found. You made a good point too. You said they talk about Black women hating their hair while not providing any jobs for Black women to wear their natural hair. Exactly. And the thing is, even if they don't want to, fight it on a physical level, again, send letters to the Board of Education, take it to Congress. Don't allow these schools to be passing these policies, but they're not doing anything about that. They're just sitting up on social media talking about hair, and you hate your natural hair, yet they cut theirs off. So, I mean, it's like really, it's really hypocritical. And that's what that post kind of showed. It showed how hypocritical it is. And why is my Twitter account is suspended, but the post is still getting comments and views on it and shares? I don't understand that. Legendary Mother said there is a whole natural hair movement started by Black men. Sweet Tea says, Sin, you are absolutely right about Black men's natural hair. Have worn my natural hair for 8 years now, and Black men can't tell me if it's real or not. Also, they're intimidated by it and don't know how to care for it. Exactly. Well, that's the thing, they don't know. Like, if I'm taking my hair out of these braids because I need to wash it and rebraid it, and if I actually said it in a video and showed my hair, none of these Black men would think it was real. None of them would think it was real. Because remember, you can only have a 2-inch afro. So whenever your hair deviates from that little 2-inch afro that they're used to, then it has to be fake. So they don't even know how to tell natural hair, whether it's in an afro or not, because their mindset is so narrow that they can't even tell natural hair and talk about doing it, how natural your hair is. Like, really? Come on now. And then not even understanding like the issues that Black women have with hair. Like, I've always had an issue with my scalp. Like, this is something that I never told people because I don't really like to discuss hair like that. But when I was young and my mom would put braids in my hair, my scalp would actually bleed. Okay, my scalp would bleed. My scalp is very, very, very sensitive now. Like, I haven't had a perm and the front of my hair has also always been thin. Like, there's photos where I have my natural hair out, and if you look at my edge line, it's always been very, very thin, okay? I still have those same issues today. I still have them. I haven't permed my hair, put a track glue in my hair or anything in at least about 8 years, and yet the front of my hair still is very thin and for some reason will not grow. The middle and the back of my hair is fuller, and it will grow, and it has grown, but the back of my hair, the front of my hair isn't. If I showed you guys the front of my hair, you would literally think that I glued tracks in or somebody pulled the hair out. If I showed the front, the very front of my hair, you would think that somebody pulled the hair out, but nothing's been on my hair because I don't even I don't wear tracks. I don't get them sewed in. I have a wig and I don't use glue or anything like that. So there's nothing on my hair. Still, the front of it refuses to grow, despite taking vitamins and things of that sort. So they want to talk about hair, but they don't know how to address the complicated hair issues that we have. Like, I'm literally going to end up going to like a dermatologist to see what's going on with my scalp and why it's only in the front of it though. And it doesn't make any sense to me. Shayla May 86 said, these men need to start doing Black women's hair. Exactly. These men need to start doing Black women's hair so they can know the struggle that natural women go through. They do. Miss Brooklyn said, my hair will bleed also if I get braids. My scalp is sensitive. Yeah, mine used to do that all the time. And I still actually have lumps in my scalp. I don't know what they're there for. I don't know why they're there. See, Noble said the bang area of my hairline is like 2 inches long. The rest is shoulder length. Mine isn't even 2 inches long. In the front, But in the middle and the back, like in the immediate front, and only on one side, literally only on the left side of my head, the front area is relatively gone. Okay, I've done nothing to it, put nothing on it. In fact, I put hair oils and scalp treatments on it. Hair's nearly completely gone, only on that one side. So there's like a little, maybe 2 to 3 inch area in the front on the left side where seemingly the hair just doesn't want to grow. Then on the right side, the hair is thinner in the front and fuller way in the back. So like, that's the thing. It's like they don't even understand what they're actually doing. And then they think that they're helping people and trying to instill pride in them. And it's like, no, you're not, because you don't even know the hair struggles that we go. Network not found. You said traction alopecia, but traction from what though? I mean, I braid it sometimes, but the other side is not like that. The other side doesn't do that. So maybe it's just that one specific area that doesn't like it. I don't know. Shanice H said, "Sin, have you tried Jamaican black castor oil or wild growth?" I use both of those. I use this line called New Grow from a black-owned company in Orleans. Yeah, I have Jamaican organic Jamaican black castor oil, and I have tried wild growth too. And I take hair, skin, and nail vitamins. And still, that one part don't want to grow. And this part that it is not red, it's not irritated, it's not flaky. The hair just really act like it doesn't want to grow in that area. And then first it looked like it was going to grow in that area, and then it wasn't. Naturally, Nora said, "Yeah, I have 2 bald spots on my temples. Dealing with our natural hair is a struggle that a lot of black men don't understand." They really don't. And they're talking about they have balding issues. Yeah, okay. Well, you don't, the thing of it is you don't have just certain spots in the front of your hair where it's like, really? Angelica said it's tension usually pulling the hairs are more thinner in the front because they're exposed longer, baby hair mixed in. So what would you recommend, Angelica? Because that may be what it is. I just don't know why the right side isn't responding to that. Sonia C says it's important to oil the hair, not the scalp, so it can breathe. Well, I got some. Have you guys heard of the Curls hairline? Where they have the liquid, it says Blissful Length liquid hair growth vitamin, and it's like they have like blueberry, one of the oils is like a blueberry bliss hair growth oil, and it has like organic blueberry extract in it and things like that. Have you guys heard of that? Yeah, that's what I bought: the liquid hair vitamin, the blueberry bliss growth oil, the blueberry and mint tea scalp treatment, and the blueberry bliss restorative leave-in conditioner. So I'm going to try those. I'm gonna try those and see how they work, because I'm taking the liquid vitamin in addition to that. I use the liquid vitamin too, so I'm gonna take those and see what they do. But yeah, it's in like yellow containers, and it just has a little blue circle that says Curls. The blueberry bliss hair growth oil smells really good. Like, it smells super good. Golden Black, of course they were. And that's how we know they don't really care about natural hair, because if they really cared about natural hair, they would know stuff about it. Oh, Shanice H said it could be iron. Also, sometimes the deficiency in iron can cause excess shedding, breakage, and slow growth. I actually do have low iron. So I do have no low iron. So maybe that is why, because low iron, and one of my sisters have anemic. She's anemic. So low iron actually does run in there. I haven't tried rosemary oil. And you said you used it for your edges. I'm gonna try to get some rosemary oil. Where did you get yours from, C Noble? Natural Knots products. Let me look that up. Yeah, because at this point I was looking because I'm trying everything and I'm like, what is up with this side of my scalp? I'm to the point where I'm like, okay, I'm just obviously maybe I need to go to a dermatologist, have them look at this one side and see what's going on with it because it's literally just this one side. And it's like every time I think it's about to grow, then it doesn't. Floradix liquid iron is the best, expensive, but the best in my opinion. So I had some iron that was prescribed to me from a doctor. Like I have prescription iron, but I don't know if Floradix liquid iron better. Yeah, the Jamaican black castor oil I have, it's like a brownish tint. Like actually it's more of like a goldish tint when I put it in a clear bottle. It looks brownish gold. And so I think it is real Jamaican black castor oil and it's organic, cold pressed. And I put that on my scalp. Like tonight, I'm going to wash my hair. I'm going to put the scalp treatment in it. I'm going to put the leave in conditioner in it. And I'm going to try to see what that does. I eat all organic food and mostly vegetables. That's the thing. So I'm not going on with, I'm not understanding what's going on with just that one side because it's just on the left side of my head. And then when I looked at it this morning, I wanted to cry because I'm like, I'm doing everything I can to this side. And it's still struggling. I don't get it. So I don't understand what it is. You use rosemary oil, tea tree oil, and peppermint oil? Hmm. I never thought about. Let me see what this stuff has in it. It says it has organic blueberry extract, pomegranate seed, argan and gardenia flower oil. They said it's proven to protect, repair, and grow and restore damaged tresses. So I'm going to try this in there. And then let me see what this the scalp treatment has. It says it has organic blueberry seed oil, corn mint, and coconut oil proven to soothe and refresh the scalp. I know it has more than that in it. Like it has sunflower seed oil, soybean oil. One of these things I don't know how to pronounce. Blueberry seed oil, shea butter, corn mint oil. So yeah, there's a lot of different things. Oh, Golden Black, you should check out Alopecia with Jess's channel. What does she use? Oh, the Goddess 1965 said most prescribed iron is synthetic and only absorbs about 70%. Floradix is a fruit and veggie derived. So where can I get the Floradix from? Golden Black, do you know what she used? She uses natural products. Try rice water. Where do you get all these products from? Like the rice oil and things like that. Like where do I get these from? Sir Joe said, do many black women experience hair growth issues? I experience it in the front of my hair only. Like the back and the middle and back of my hair is actually fine, it's actually growing. Again, if I was to come on here, people probably wouldn't even think my afro is my natural hair. There was a guy I was actually dating, and this was a long time ago. He would complain about weave. And then one day I took my hair out in between getting it done and I combed it out into an afro. And he didn't even know that that was my real hair. He was like, oh, how much of that is your real hair? And I'm like, well, all of it. Like, really? It's like, how are you talking about? That's the thing that kills me. It's like y'all are talking about, you know, y'all are talking about wanting women to have natural hair, but you don't even know how to recognize it. Shayla May said Amazon is where you buy all your oil. What is that? Let me see what Floradix, if Floradix is on Amazon, because then maybe I'll get some of that and see. I don't use Luster's products because they put alcohol in them. It's actually hard to find stuff that. Oh, they actually have Floradix liquid iron. They actually do have it on Amazon. And I'm going to see. So this is blue. It says blue iron. Oh, but then if I get Floradix, it's $21 on there. They say I can get it tomorrow. But we'll see. Let me see if I can actually get it tomorrow. Then I would let me see if I can get it tomorrow. Hopefully I can. Because then I would get this tomorrow. Let's see if we can do the free 1-day shipping. No, see, they're trying to send it when, let me see if I just get 2 of them. How can we do it with 2 if they'll deliver it tomorrow? So we'll see. Let's see if it lets us do that. No, it won't. It's just saying the 24th. So it's not even, that's, see, and even with the 1-day shipping that you pay $11.98 for, you still only get it Tuesday. So I'm not even dealing with them on that level. Because it's like they're not like I would want it now, but see, I wonder, do they have Floradix in GNC? I wonder, do they have it in GNC? Because I'm actually next to a GNC, so I would just see if they have it there. Because I'm like, that's the thing about Amazon. It's like sometimes they irritate me. They irritate me with the fact that they don't the stuff that they just it's like, really, don't say that it's gonna be don't say that it's gonna be free 1-day shipping if you're just putting it in there. Like, don't know. So let me see if they have it. Because if they do, no, it doesn't look like they have it there. Let me see what kind of liquid iron they have. I don't even think they have liquid iron in GNC. Yeah. So it's interesting that it seems like that might be only one of the places that you can get it. I wish I had a student email. I would definitely, because if it's $49 for a student, I am Amazon Prime, but it still doesn't do free 1-day shipping on those items. It's not doing it. Like, ma'am, it's Sunday, Tuesday, but I'm leaving Tuesday morning. That's why I can't, because I'm leaving Tuesday morning at like 5. I have to go be at the airport at like 5:15 in the morning. So I can't, I can't have it like that. So Shayla May, how does the liquid biotin work? I take hair, skin, and nails. Arginine, creatine. But they don't even have biotin liquid at GNC. It's like GNC is stupid. Oh, Golden Black was arginine on Rob's channel. Why am I a snake? Like, I did nothing to Rob, so I don't know. What do you mean I'm a snake? Arginine, creatine. It kind of sounds like you might need to explain something. Explain how I'm a snake, because I think that you probably don't know what you're talking about. Let me look at Rob's comment section and see if I see arginine, creatine in there, because it's like a snake for what? I would really like, I really want arginine to tell me what would I be a snake for what? Angelica said, I got a screenshot of somebody who comes on here too running and telling Daddy Tariq about what Cynthia said. Oh, they can tell Tariq what I said. The thing is, they can do that. I don't really care if they tell Tariq what I said, because I will say what I say to Tariq's face. That's the thing. I don't have a problem. That's the thing that they don't get about me. I'm not worried about anything that Tariq would do. So that's just the reality. If Tariq would want to make a video, he can make his video. Whatever he wants to do, he could do that. But I'm just saying, I'm not the one for him to do, because the thing of it is I have more stuff on him than, and he doesn't have anything on me. So it's like he would basically just be having to do what every other person is doing, which is make up something. So, oh, you said she ran? Me too. Fabulous. You said me too. I saw someone on your channel, then ran to Tariq channel talking about you in your live streams. Just some stupid people. But Arginine doesn't want to it doesn't want to say anything. And the thing of it is that people tend to, this is what I find interesting. People like to go back and forth whenever and try to perpetuate drama between people. But you know, the thing of it is I did a collaboration what last year with Rob. So how do y'all know that I don't have his contact information to actually, like, how do you guys know that? Like, that's the thing. They look at these videos and they sit there and think about what you're doing on YouTube, but it's like you don't know what people are doing off of YouTube, or who's talking about what, or who knows who's, like, you don't know that. Because the thing of it is, some people could say that about me and Phil, but I talk to Phil on a regular basis. So anything that, even if something did appear to be one way, how do you know we didn't plan it? Like, if anybody saw something where it looked like me and Phil were having beef, how do you know we didn't plan it though? That's the thing. It's like people like to run back and forth and meddle, and it's like you don't know who I know, you don't know who I talk to, you don't, it's like you don't know anything. But I guess it does weed out the people who are snakes and who shouldn't be trusted. It does do that. It does do that, because you should not be sitting up gossiping about people. I didn't snake anybody. I said several times in my live stream that Rob had nothing to do with anything. So it's like somebody coming in here and saying you're a snake for what? How and for doing what? And then it's like if you're gonna say stuff, you should be able to back it up and explain it. Tiana G said YouTube a small ass platform, and it's crazy how they be trying to shade on another channel like they ain't gonna be caught. Well, the thing is that they don't get is that the black YouTube sector is very small, especially among people who really put out these type of videos where they claim to be doing empowerment. That's where it's really small at. So that's a small sector of YouTube. And the thing of it, you're just meddling at this point. If you're going out and taking information and saying that people snaking people, that they how snake them how? Because to snake somebody, that would have to mean that I have some kind of relationship or an established trust or friendship. Snaking is basically a betrayal. So it's like if you don't even know me and Rob's affiliation, how is it a snake move? The fabulous nurse said I asked JR90 about what they meant, but never answered me. Like, dude, I just saw you on CNN China live stream. Exactly. It's because a lot of people, well, a lot of people just get on live streams for gossiping. The real Aaron Collins said, bottom line saying a lot of these run and tell it, tattletale ass snitch niggas are bitch made anyway, plain and simple. They are. I've never seen so many different guys try and sit here and perpetuate drama like that. Oh, you said you just sent me the DM on Instagram? Let me see. Because the thing of it is it's like I already put out in my video and stated when, because there were some people in there trying to insinuate some drama between me and Rob, because really from the time that we did that panel with Angel, they've been wanting us to beef anyway. So now they try to sit here meddle back and forth, and it's like that's not cool. Like you can't. That's not cool for you to sit there and try to perpetuate drama. When, like I said, really you would just be exposing yourself, because it's like you don't know what anybody's affiliation is with anyone. You have no idea. So it's like, why would you be sitting here like really talking about somebody snake something? First of all, I would have to be in some type of close type trusting relationship to even snake him. That's number one. And then number two, if I had that type of relationship with him, what makes you think that we didn't even talk about it before? Because I'm sure if I had that type of relationship, wouldn't I just talk to him about it before? Because if I'm in a position to snake him, that means I have some type of, whether it's a friendship, a coworker type thing, that means I have some type of relationship with him to betray. Because you can't just snake anybody. You have to snake somebody that you owe some type of loyalty to. Sir Joe said, and it's mostly men acting like gossiping old aunties. What the fuck does that accomplish? Exactly. Golden Black says she be in Sin's shit playing cool, pop shit about her elsewhere and coming here like shit sweet. So I see, I don't like snakes like that. Angelica said at the Fab, you lust nerd. He went on Tariq's stream right after Sin saying Cynthia G said black people lost power because of the more sleeping with white women. Glad somebody need to tell Tariq that. Somebody need to mention that to him, because he's sitting there ignoring that part of it. That's fake. Yeah, Craig J. She, whoever that is, probably did leave though. That person probably did leave, because you're sitting up here running back and forth talking about people, and it's like, what, that's the thing that I don't get. It's like, I'm not going to be sitting there talking about somebody's situation because I don't know what situation they may have. So why am I sitting there talking about it? It just doesn't make any sense. I'm trying to I'm trying to find the last one of the last things I wrote because I want to read some more to you guys about because one day, because sometimes I be laying in bed, like I wrote in this book, because usually I'll set aside time to write in my book, and then sometimes even outside of that, I will have um sorry, it's sometimes it's hard to read because I write in cursive. I don't know if anybody else, when you guys write, if you write in cursive, but I do. And then sometimes it's hard for me to read my handwriting. Tashi D said, I ain't gonna lie, my ass would have got ghost too if I was doing some shady shit. That's what the person gets. Exactly. Well, it is. If you sitting here doing something shady and you're calling me a snake, but really you're being a snake because you're running and trying to stir the pot and perpetuate beef between people. So how is that me? How am I being a snake when you up in this chat room calling yourself a supporter, but you're going back and forth trying to tell people and rat out people and create drama with somebody that you know nothing about my affiliation with. Like people always sitting up here talking about people snaking somebody. It's like, how am I snaking somebody? It's like, really, y'all just that's the thing I mean with them using words out of context. Talking about I'm snake. How? How do you snake somebody that you owe nothing to? Mr. Dusty Dre. Sweet Tea said, not me. I don't do shade. I do a dog. I stand by any and everything I say or do. Exactly. And you should. Mr. Dre, you got 10 seconds to roll out peacefully. Let me see who. What was Mr. Dre doing? People are petty as hell. They think they're doing something, but they're exposing something. Oh, was he on the makeup? That's interesting. That's interesting, Golden. That's the thing. A lot you don't know. It's hard to tell who a lot of these dusty beta males are. But Mr. Dre, the word is that you were on somewhere going back and forth, basically stirring the pot. Like if you see her thing, she's saying that you be on Tariq's channel going back and forth, basically trying to perpetuate beef. So my thing is that as a man, I mean, why would you be doing that? I just don't get people like it's like if you're a supporter, are you here to support or are you here to go try to create drama? Which, by the way, I don't care. If I say something about somebody, one thing you can guarantee is that I will say it to them. I don't backtrack what I say. I will say it to them. So that's why anything I say about Tariq, I really don't care who goes and take it back because number one, I've either already said it to him or I have no problem repeating it to him. Period. That's just a reality. Oh, you said you wasn't on Tariq's thing? Well, my thing is that it's just too bad because I just that's what has me burnt out from YouTube to begin with, is because I'm not trying to fight black people. I'm trying to fight white supremacy, but it's like the people who attack me the most are black. That's my thing. And I don't understand how it's so hard to understand that if I'm not talking about you, if you do not do the things that I am talking about, if it doesn't apply to you, why are you getting offended in the first place? Can somebody? Oh, okay. Go. Yeah, Golden Black says she's gonna send something because I mean, I don't want to accuse anybody of doing something they didn't do, but I mean, if there's some receipts and you did it, then that's you should just really you should just own up to it because at the end of the day, it'll come out anyway. It will come out anyway. You said I listened to Tariq, but I don't want to start any beef. Well, I mean, my thing just is that again, check your Instagram DMs for receipts. Okay, I'm looking at my Instagram and it's like I don't even have anything in my DM unless maybe it didn't. I'm trying to find it because I don't have anything in my DM. But I have it on. Oh, let me see if maybe it came as a request. Let me see. Oh, okay. Let me see. Oh, I saw this. I did see this one. I did see this one with arginine creatine. So the snake has turned and bit you, A Rob. Not surprised. She turned on Tariq too. I guess him spraying those chemtrails is starting to affect your girl. Mental illness is real in the black community. Yeah, no, you got to get up out of here with that. That right there. It really and that was the image from arginine creatine. So you were on there basically saying, Dre, that you put on there and says she need to do a weave tutorial. I mean, oh, that was on Tariq's thing? Oh, wait, I was trying to. What? Oh, that went to my. Okay. Andre Ward. Do you do tutorial of new Neanderthal hair like hers? So you had it looks yeah, it looks like he had a different page because you Mr. Dre, either somebody faking your account or you have the exact same picture on a thing that says Kaya and some name and then do you do tutorials of Neanderthal hair like hers? So it's like you were on here saying what you were saying. Yeah, but I definitely see. I see one that says Andre Ward, but I also see one that has the exact picture that he has now. You said you did say it. My thing of it is why would you be on somebody like that's the thing that I don't get. I don't understand that. Why would you be on there? Like, what is even the point of that? That's what I just don't get. What is even the point of it? I mean, because with a lot of y'all, it's like, are you just trying to follow somebody and be in the whole let me bash sin group? Like, I don't understand that. Like, if you feel that way, like, exactly, why would you be on here saying that you're a supporter? Like, nobody has to support me. You don't have to follow. My thing is, though, why go back and forth and, be saying one thing in my section as a supporter? Because you guys, I mean, and a dollar is not nothing, but I'm not paying I'm not going to pay a dollar just to troll somebody. I'm not going to pay a dollar to look at somebody's content if I don't like them and if I don't like their hair. So I just don't know why do that? That makes no sense to me. Well, and then it's like, what would you even be spying for? Because it's like, I don't care about what any of these, I don't care what Tariq says. I don't care about what he does. I think he said some very problematic things. Oh, you said you did it for a reaction and it was childish. It was definitely childish. And you should find different ways to get reactions. You should really find different ways to get reactions, though. I mean, because my thing is I don't diss people. I don't just sit there and pay and troll people. I don't do any of that stuff. So I just don't understand. And I mean, if you were actually born in 1992, maybe it's because you're young. I don't know. But the thing of it is that to me that just doesn't make any sense, and we should always, especially as men, strive to be better, and men do not go back and forth and do petty drama like they're on Mean Girls. Men don't do that. They really, men just don't do that. Golden Black say he's 25 if he was born in 1992. So basically 20 and got 19 and got years basically. But the thing of it is that's not becoming. And you should always yeah, see, no, but you're a woman too. So um women are usually mature. Now I'm going to say this is this is your one chance before you just get banned from anything. And you might not care about getting banned. That's fine. I don't care about banning you. Okay, because my thing of it is I don't troll people, I don't talk about people, I don't do anything about people. But what I don't need is people, right, what Shayla May said, carrying bones back and forth. That's just not what I need. If you support and I'm not even telling you have to choose, you really don't. You can watch me, watch Tariq. But my thing is, why would you, if you're following two people who supposedly want black empowerment, because ultimately Tariq is saying he wants black empowerment, I'm saying I want black empowerment. Why would you be following two people who say they want the same thing, but you're going back and forth trying to, and that's not necessarily saying that you're doing that, trying to perpetuate drama. I don't know what you might be doing. But why would you go back and forth to perpetuate drama between a black man and a black woman when white supremacy is already working overtime to keep black men and women um, divided? Like, why would you be helping white supremacy to do that? That's just what I just don't get that. But you can support like Mr. Dre 1992. You can support whoever you want to. Like, you can support Tariq. You can. I'm not saying you shouldn't. I think people should follow multiple people too. But what I am saying is that, because first of all, I don't do gossip. So anything, again, anybody could take whatever I say in any given video and they could say it to the person. I couldn't care less. I couldn't care less, because my thing is I will say it to their face. So anything that I say in here about Tariq, I don't have a problem saying it to his face. Chances are I've already said it to him. I've probably already called up to his show and said it to him. So my thing is I think he says some very problematic things, but because I feel like he says problematic stuff, it's contradictory, it doesn't add up, I just choose not to follow or support him anymore. I just don't support him anymore. Period. Because when you're going on things and you're telling black men to date white women and just be aware of their surroundings, when you know there's every single day there's an account of a white woman setting up a black man, falsely accusing him of rape, you know the history of them dying behind these women, you know that there's no benefit that a black man gets from dating a white woman, you claim to care about the black family, but you're encouraging black men to get with white women, which doesn't build up the black family. That's a contradiction. You clearly don't care about black men if you're telling them to run into the face of danger. Well, the fabulous nerd, he said he was doing it to get a reaction, but to me that's just childish and dumb. It's like we're sitting in a system of white supremacy. They arrested, mind you, they just arrested a black man saying that he's a black identity extremist. So he could be sitting up somewhere in Guantanamo Bay being tortured, but you got dudes on here trying to take petty beef between black men and women to get reactions. You're focused on getting a reaction when we're sitting here and they're just snatching up random black men saying that they're black identity extremists, probably torturing them somewhere in Guantanamo Bay. You don't even know where they're at, but this is what we're doing. Shayla May said half of Tariq's family is cavelings. I saw his cave-in-law holding the children. Well, the thing of it is, Tariq also said that he encouraged black men to get a mixed woman with a white mother so they'll have the mentality of the white woman. So then you just want a white woman then. And I get that when people are following Tariq, a lot of them aren't really paying attention to the contradictions in what he's saying, but I pay attention to those contradictions. And because I don't like those contradictions, I'm just going to choose not to follow him. I was a follower. I was a supporter. I was putting money on Hidden Colors 4, 1804, supported both of them. So I'm not going to follow somebody that does that, because when you're encouraging people, interracial dating doesn't create black families. It destroys black families. It creates white families. Because I'm thinking long term. I'm not just thinking when that black man lays down with that white woman and creates a biracial children. I'm thinking about generations to come. What is this interracial dating doing? And this interracial dating over time is erasing blackness. So how are you for black empowerment, but you're telling black men to go erase blackness with white women? I don't have time for that. So no, I'm not going to be sitting there supporting someone that says that. Now I could get in videos and I could get in public videos, which this one is not. I could get in public videos and I could air out every single video of Tariq saying very problematic white supremacist favor things. I could do that, but I'm not going to do that because I'm not going to cater to this back and forth bickering between black men and women. I'm not going to do that. Exactly. C Noble said, why would you even want white people in your family? Exactly. 12 Keys to Freedom said, we don't think long term as a people, which is why we stay on the bottom. We do. And they said that back in 1985. They said it. When they were doing the blueprint to destroy the black family, they said they don't plan for the future. They only plan for the current year. And they do. And if you're only planning for the year in which you're currently in, you are going to stay at the bottom because it takes more than that to actually accomplish goals. When you want to accomplish and maintain global power, you have to be thinking 20, 30 years, generation after generation. You have to be doing that. We're sitting here thinking, oh, well, if a black man has sex with a white woman, he creates a non-white kid. Really? That's as far as you're going to think? I mean, because it's not far to think of about what your grandchild will look like, because your grandchild is still within the time that you live. But we're not even thinking about that. My brother is about to breed out his whole blackness, all of his blackness, just with his grandchildren. Like my brother's grandchildren will be white. But Tariq claims to want to do black empowerment, but he's telling them, because again, he's a historian, okay? This is somebody that's a historian. So you think he can't do the history and look up how they whitened out populations? You think a historian doesn't know how many white people have you, like you can find out that information? He can find out that information if he wants to. He's not doing it because most of his followers are white female obsessed beta male coons, and he doesn't want that financial support to stop. Because the minute he starts speaking against interracial dating, he will have people reacting to him the way they react to me and Umar Johnson. That's what they'll start doing. Tiana G said nigga logic. Anything that touches black turns black. Yeah, tell that to all of the fucking pale ass babies being born from first generation interracial couples, dumbass. Exactly. It is, but they're not thinking long term. Exactly. Angelica said he is not a true historian if he doesn't tell the full truth. Exactly. And why would a historian? Because again, if you are trying to dismantle the system of white supremacy, you can't skip over how you got into the system of white supremacy. You have to know that. You have to know how you got into the system of white supremacy. So why is it that in all of his Hidden Colors documentaries, he mentions the Moors, but he doesn't mention that before the Moors got kicked out of Europe, they were laid up with all those white women? And he's not going to mention that the Moors were laid up with the white women and then went and gave all the white people all of the sciences and knowledge, Moorish knowledge to rule. Really? So a historian is leaving out that information and nobody finds that weird? Nobody finds that weird. And probably because, again, he's catering to the dusty beta males who want to lay up with white supremacy. That's just a reality. So, what he does is he gives them the illusion that they can be pro black and date white in exchange for money and support. That's just a reality. That's how I see it as. I mean, nobody else has to see it like that. I see it that way. So, that's why I choose to not support him. 12 Keys to Freedom said you can't focus on empowering black people if the person you are intimate with is in fear of genetic annihilation and they see our empowerment as a direct threat to their survival. Exactly. It's just contradictory. Dane said, I can attest to this. My mother was raising my sister than me as if we were white children, not black children. My father's only contribution was bringing in money. He did not think long term. And most black people don't. Again, we wouldn't be in the system of white supremacy if black people were thinking long term. We wouldn't. It's evident that black people are not thinking long term, because if black people were thinking strategy and long term, we would not be in the system of white supremacy. But we're not. They're thinking about as far as their self-hate takes them. And if you really just love whiteness that much, then again, stop complaining about systematic white supremacy, lay under a white person, and just continue to get dominated and subjugated. That's really, really, that is all there is to it. And I don't know why people don't get that that's really all there is to it. So next time I take my hair down, I'm going to make sure it's on a Sunday so I can come on here and show you guys. I'll come on here and I'll have my afro, my real hair afro. I'm going to have to fix it so that you guys don't see the struggle edge part of my hair. Because, but I'm going to come over here with my afro and I'm going to show you guys at it's not, but the live stream, best believe it's not going to be at a $1 level, because I'm not going to have dusty beta males taking my videos and putting it all over YouTube. I'm not going to do that. So it's probably going to be at, it's going to be at a certain level. It's going to be at a certain level. Because I'm not having them snatching my videos and taking it. That's not gonna happen. C Noble says, Cynthia, you should raise the price. I am. And it's going to be more than $5. I'm thinking it'll probably be at the $15 range, to be honest. And the reason why is because I have to do it like that so that I'm not having, because I need to not have them taking my video and putting it all over YouTube. So. Golden Black said, I was on Facebook and it was a black dude saying it's a fantasy to fuck a clan bitch while being called a nigger. There's a lot of black men who do like that. There's a lot of black men who do like that. Golden Black said for the hair reveal, it should be very high. Well, what are you thinking? I mean, I could do it at the $20 level. And mostly I want to make sure I'm not having dusty beta males taking my videos and putting it all over the place. Yeah, Lala 324. I'll probably do it at a $20 level because I'm not gonna have them coming over here taking. I'm just not going to, because I'll reveal my hair when I want to. But they'll pay that, saying many betas have money, just send it to your friends. I think I might end up doing it, just sending it to well, no, because dusty betas don't really they really not having that money. That's why we don't see a bunch of dusty betas in here now. Mind you, I opened this one up at the $1 level, at the $1 at least. So $1 and above. And dusty beta male, they're not in this one. So I know if I put it at the $15, $20 level, dusty beta, they're not about to be in here. Because there will be a lot more people in here trolling. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to comb it out in just like your typical afro type of black power afro type. And I'll come on here and, I'll do the video in the afro. Sir Joe said Tariq only speaks out against black women dating interracial. I've never heard him speak to Dusty about black men chasing cave Beckys. He doesn't. And that's because with these black men who are one-sided, they don't want black women with white men because that means they're inferior to the white man. That's another way that they feel inferior to a white man, because it's like black men physically, they're way more superior, and sexually there's no comparison. They're extremely way like there's really not even in a comparison. So whenever a black man sees a black woman, especially an attractive black woman with a white man, oh, it's a problem, because that means she must think you are really inferior. That's what they see that as. And so that's my thing. But he definitely doesn't. I was actually trying to watch one of his things yesterday, and he mentioned that situation with Tomi Lahren and that racist chick that made the Instagram video. And I noticed that even though, and the lady who threw acid in her face, she had mixed kids with a black man, did not one time mention that they were a coon. Not one time. He didn't mention any of them being coons. Exactly. The fabulous nerd said Tariq calls them brothers, but black women who do the same bed wenching. And that's exactly what he was doing in that video. And I stopped watching it because he's like, oh, and she like, he's listing off 4 of these racist white women who have already came out spewing out the nigger word, and it's clear that they're with black men, and he's like, oh, these are our brothers just chasing white supremacist females. Really? Probably because you told them to. It's like, that's probably why, because you told them they're not a coon for doing that. I mean, telling somebody that, oh, these women will get up and practice white supremacy after having sex with you, what does that do when a lot of them don't care if they're racist? Like, there's porn out there. There's race play porn where black men are getting sexually degraded by white men and women. You know, there's cuckolding porn. So really, they don't care about that. If they're engaging in it, they don't care about it. You need to ostracize them. But he's not going to do that because that's where his money's coming from. So, but I want to read this part of this book if I can read my handwriting. I'm gonna have to learn to read it because I have to read it to do to type it, because I want to read part of this book and see, because I want to see how it sounds, but I also want to see how you guys think it sounds. And of course, this is the second time I've done this. But I want to see how this sounds to you guys. And because I'm going to get off here in a little while, I need to go finish cooking my food. And then I actually need to start packing too. C Noble said they even call Cheryl Ben Lynch, and she's married. She's married to a Nigerian man. So, and I've seen her husband because I was just at her house the other, like yesterday, actually. So, no, she's not a bed wench. And they do that whenever a black woman called out their coonishness. It's just really what it is. Nature Boy was in a porn with a white man screwing him like a bed bug. Then look, if you could just really, you could Google, yeah, race play, and you'll see some very disturbing. You will see white men coming on black men's face, having them in leashes and all these. It's disgusting. It'll make you vomit. If you Google race play with black male race play, you will vomit if when you see those pictures that black men have engaged in. It's truly disturbing and disgusting. But so I'm probably going to be doing some edits to this and adding some stuff as I read it to you guys. But so I'm going to start reading right now, just so you guys know. So I'm not going to be paying attention to the comment section because I'm going to be reading this. So, and these are just, sometimes I wake up and I have random thoughts. Like this came after I had already wrote something. Then I was like, okay, let me write these random thoughts down. So anyway, so I said, in the delusional narcissistic minds of the white masses, they are right. They are just in everything that they do, in their mentality and their racial hatreds. To them, they deserve to be above everyone else, and the crimes, genocide, and atrocities against all of humanity at the benefit of white people and nature are for the greater good. They do not see their actions, the harm and suffering they've caused isn't problematic to them. Sorry, it's hard for me to read my handwriting because I wrote it in cursive. They pride themselves on their legacy of carnage. They call this their heritage. They celebrate the deaths and destruction they've caused, and when others try to show them the error of their ways, the amount of destruction they've caused in their quest for power, they deflect and defend their heinous actions. Whites are not remorseful for their actions and the devastation that follows wherever they go. White people find joy and pleasure in the suffering of others and celebrate only the historical figures who have caused the most heinous acts. Whites do not have a limit to the amount of bloodshed they are willing to carry out. Human life is absolutely meaningless to them. When one genocidal maniac dies, whites nurture the next one. They are not interested in leaders who seek peace and harmony. They only accept those who are dedicated to strife, division, and racial intolerance. This is why the white majority selected a vile racist like Donald Trump as the leader of a country they believe is theirs. Whites are not concerned about how much death and destruction they cause. In order to obtain and maintain power, they only care that they have it. They lack integrity, honesty, and morals. Some believe that they lack a soul, as a soul or the spiritual capacity to understand the level of depravity that they possess. Their demonic mentality is like a contagious, incurable disease that over time infects everyone and everything that comes into contact with the white race. There isn't an era in time in which they've lived harmoniously with anyone, and this is due to the fact that they do not desire peace and harmony and have proved to be incapable of being harmonious. Whites have proved to be attracted to strife. They are only able to thrive in war scenarios, which is why they constantly seek justification for staging meaningless wars. Hold on, because I really can't read my handwriting. If they are unable to enjoy oppressing non-whites, they will find differences amongst each other to cause division, strife, and wars. Their pathology causes them to love and celebrate death. Many whites have claimed to love hunting for the thrill of the kill. This is abnormal and antisocial behavior that they ignore, defend, and seek to normalize. The fact that they hunt specifically for sport are the majority of the world's mass shooters, serial killers, and mass murderers suggests that they have an innate bloodlust that has to be satisfied. As a means of deception, they ignore and deny their own psychopathic behavior and project them onto non-whites, specifically blacks, to keep the global majority of non-whites confused as to who their real self-selected enemy is. It is important to emphasize the fact that non-whites did not declare whites as their enemy. Whites have chosen to be the enemy of all non-whites, specifically blacks, because they believe it is essential to their survival, and they are able to assuage their own cognitive dissonance by justifying unnecessary wars, which are actually for the sole purpose of stealing resources and killing millions of innocent people under the guise of defending an enemy that they chose to have. Okay, even now, despite the enormous amount of suffering that whites have inflicted upon all non whites in various ways, whites continue to make themselves the enemies of all non whites while simultaneously deceiving the world into believing that they are the catalyst to peace, harmony, and unity among the races. This is why they should be called the Great Deceiver. As deception, second only to violence, is the greatest asset and weapon against the global non-white majority. I really have to get my handwriting in order. I really do have to get my handwriting in order because most of my handwriting I can't even read. But that's what they do. I am, sweetie, I am having trouble reading my own handwriting because I wrote this, I woke up in the middle of the night and just wrote all of these thoughts down. And so I keep a pen and pad next to me and I write in cursive. So that's why I can barely read it. C. Noble said, I'm currently in a physical anthropology class, and we discussed last week how certain primates like going on killing sprees for fun. Yeah, I'm gonna type it after I'm done. But the point I'm trying to convey is how look, they'll sit up here and say we need to go to these wars, people are attacking us, but nobody's really attacking white people. That's the thing. Nobody is really attacking white people. White people have chosen to be everybody else's enemies. They can even sit here and say, oh, we got to go to war in Iraq, we got to fight the enemy. What enemy? The enemy that you've created for yourself? Like, nobody's created an enemy for you. You've chosen to be people's enemy. Like, really? That's what they do. They'll sit up here and then they'll sit here and call their violence and destruction a victory. Like, that's the thing. They like doing what they do. they're just disgusting. But I mean, that's just like a little rough version of it. It's just like a little rough part because I'm writing it as like a bunch of different essays. And so I'm just, I don't even know what part this is going to go in, but I'm writing it out and then I have to type it and things like that. But that's how their pathology works. It's disgusting. They're always playing the victim. They're trying to play the victim, and yet they're the ones victimizing everybody else. The only sad thing is that everybody else cannot see how they're going around here deciding to be everybody else's victim and then trying to play the victim and then trying to say that they're the peaceful civilizers. It's like, really? It's like, really? And well, I'm trying to write it in verbiage and language that everybody can understand. I'm trying to write it to where everybody can understand it, where there's no, like, where I'm not over intellectualizing it. I want everybody to be able to understand it. Oh, Golden Black. Yeah, well, it did. The channel, yeah, it did get restored. They just restored it yesterday. She's talking about my main account that's up right now that I'm live streaming from. And the good thing about it is that when they restored this account, it erased every last bit of the strikes that I had. Hell, shout out to Phil. You said sorry you missed the beginning. Yeah, I'm gonna get off in a little while. I wanted to I read a part of the book of what I wrote in there. I can probably read like something else a little bit more. It's just my handwriting is all over the place. Like literally my handwriting is all over the place. Okay, so I'll just read this part because I wrote a part about their need for power, and these were just thoughts as it applied to their power. But I put the melanin deficient entities, who are white people, love power. This is due to their knowledge of innate genetic powerlessness. In order to have power, to be powerful, one must have the ability, naturally or created, to take away power, basically oppress others, or to take power away from other people. So basically, in order to be powerful, you have to be able to oppress somebody or to relinquish people from their power. Without the ability to oppress others or take away their power, control their life, and access to freedom, one cannot be powerful. Due to the fact that whites have no innate natural power, genetic or otherwise, they use violence, savagery, and deception, are violent savagery and division through deception to create an unnatural system of power that they will kill and die to maintain. Power, or the perception of it, is so important to whites globally, even in the absence of non-whites. Even in the absence of non-whites, they would create a system of oppression among themselves in order to feel powerful. We must understand that only the powerless seeks power in the manner that whites historically and presently establish and maintain power. Oh my God, sorry, like I really apologize for this. It's hard for me to read my handwriting. I'm gonna have to start writing in print. I can't do this. So let me read that part over again. I'm gonna read it over again. I said, these melanin deficient entities, white people, love power. This is due to their knowledge of innate genetic powerlessness. In order to have power, to be powerful, one must have the ability, naturally or created, to take away power or to oppress others. Without the ability to oppress others, like, for example, to take away their power or control their life and access to freedom, one cannot be powerful. Due to the fact that whites have no innate natural power, genetic or otherwise, they use violence, savagery, and division through deception to create an unnatural system of power that they will kill and die to maintain. Power, or the perception of it, is so important to whites globally, that even in the absence of non-whites, they will create a system of oppression among themselves in order to feel powerful. We must understand that only the powerless seeks power in the manner that whites historically and presently establish and maintain power. In the global black, if the global black majority would understand that the white global minorities lust for absolute power, they would begin to understand who and what they are dealing with. We are not dealing with a group of people who can be rationed with. We are dealing with a group of irrational, power hungry psychopaths who will stop at nothing, spare no expense, and will sacrifice anything and anyone to maintain it. While the black community constantly shows that they are flexible and willing to negotiate levels of acceptable oppression, the white community globally are unwilling to settle for anything less than global dominance and non-white, specifically black, subjugation and oppression. While the white community are willing to die to preserve the global system of white supremacy, the majority of the black community are only seeking comfort in false niceties from the whites who control it. The white community understand that there can be no equality among the races as they cannot live comfortably in equality, while the black community is willing to spend centuries hoping, praying, begging, and dying to obtain equality and unity with whites. In essence, black people and white people are living the same reality, opposing perspective of what can be obtained and from whom within their reality. Black people have always and still believe that white people's inherent racism and intolerance for non-whites can be prayed away and will absolve over time, despite the fact that at least 500 years have passed with no change from whites. White people know that black people still have the belief and hope that whites will one day change if they have patience and continue to pursue this change with prayer, forgiveness, and peaceful protests. What black people fail to understand, despite the numerous ways whites have shown over time, is that whites do not desire change, are not motivated to change, and would not benefit from change that is conducive to equality. This refusal to realize and accept who we are dealing with is one of our greatest downfalls. So that was what I just thought about writing in terms of black people. The advice show said that's why I don't reveal the details of my plan or moves. The Naruto 213 says Sin shouldn't put too much of her book out online or anyway. Well, the only time I actually reveal anything in the book is on Patreon. But those are just right now it's basically just a bunch of different little essays on different topics, and then I'm going to expand on them and combine. You need to read why I stated earlier. Let me see, because I was reading. You know the recessive will pay to get on your page to steal from you. Oh, you said you wouldn't preview much to anyone? Yeah, I'm gonna consider that, Phil. We'll definitely talk about it because you said you wouldn't preview much. Okay. Yeah, because I definitely want to hear your thoughts more in depth on that. But um the majority isn't gonna get, like, there's a whole lot that I've written that isn't getting previewed. So yeah, but that's so far some of the thoughts. I just have to put them together and then, you know, but I'm definitely not going to, now that Phil is mentioning it, but because I'd be wanting to give you guys, certain different privileges that other people just aren't going to get. Sin, you should copyright each of the pages of the book you have so far. Yeah, you see, I keep enough under wraps. And I'm gonna continue to do so. Like what I just read was just two handwritten pages. So I mean that's the thing. What I'm reading very small parts of the book. One person said in my comments that whites are a copy and paste group of people. They are. How much do you have done? Probably close to 100 pages already. Part typed and part handwritten, but probably close to 100 pages. It could be more, but I have to combine. Like I have over 60 pages typed, and then I have a bunch of them written too. Angelica said, I remember you saying you wanted to read Iceman Inheritance. I think it gives you more ideas. I'm gonna get it and read it. Miss Brooklyn 11232 said, how many pages do you want? I'm not sure because I know 100 typed pages on Microsoft Word is different in book form. So I have to type all of it out and then see what it's going to take to publish it in book form. I'll know when the book is done. I think instinctually I'll know when I've put all the information that needs to be in there, because usually I meditate before I write. I meditate so I can get myself centered, so I can, get my mind and my spirit right. And then I write it. And then I just wait till, because I don't just sit down and write every day. I can't just sit down and write every day. I have to wait till the thoughts come to me, and then I write it. And sometimes, like in the middle of the night, I'll wake up and I'll just, like that part about white people trying to being deciding to be everybody else's enemy, like that just came to me as I was trying to go to bed, and I just wrote out all of this stuff. But yeah, Phil, I'm really trying to get it done. Like I want to be done with it and try to get it out on the market by the end of this year. I don't have a price point in my mind, and I hope it do ruffle some feathers. I really hope it do. Yeah, Golden Black, I'm not gonna underprice it. I'm not gonna underprice it. But I am trying to, I want it to be a very good quality product. And so that's why it's taking a while, because I don't get on here and sit and write every day. I don't do that. I don't sit in here and I don't try to write every day. And that's why wait till the thoughts come to me. And I know people keep asking like what's going on with the book and what's going on with the book, but I don't really like to write, and I've never really written anything beyond, essays and stuff for school. But I'm gonna do what I can to get the best product out there. I'm gonna do put the best product out there. It's definitely not gonna be $80. It probably wouldn't exceed $25. It would probably wouldn't exceed that. So that's the thing. I don't want it to be like, to me $80 is a reasonable price point, especially considering I want to get it in every hand that it can possibly get into, because hopefully it'll change the mindset or just wake something up in somebody who already had some sneaking suspicions of what was going on. I definitely want to do that. Yeah, it's not gonna be 80. It's not gonna be $80. It's not gonna be $80. But I think Golden Black is just saying that's where what she would pay for it if she had to. But it wouldn't be anywhere near that amount. It's not gonna be $80. It's definitely not going to. You said most books are 15 to 30. Yeah, I'll see. I'm gonna see what the appropriate price point should be. But right now I'm trying to make sure I get it. I'm trying to make sure I get it written and things like that. And I have to get past all of the self-defeating thoughts where, I'll be like, but I'm not a writer, but what if it doesn't sound smart enough? Just the typical stuff that people go through. Again, I've never written anything, so I'm quite sensitive about it. But I do think it's going to be a good project, and I am working on it and trying to put as much as I possibly can into it. But I don't want it to just say anything. And I couldn't care less. White people should get angry. They always get angry at the truth anyway. So the book's not even out and they're angry. So that's why I keep having to get my channel put back up after they false flag it. So because this is the second time it's been taken down and restored. So yeah. But I'm gonna get off of here and make my food. I need to make me some baked chicken and then a quinoa salad. And I need to start packing, and I gotta wash my hair and braid it and figure out what to do with my struggle edges. And I gotta figure out what to do with this one patch that just doesn't want to act right. So yeah. I've never known anybody's hair where you could just not do anything to it and it just doesn't want to do what it wants to do. So I got to figure out my hair in the front of my head. Yeah. But I'm gonna do a video tomorrow. I'll put up a couple videos and then people can watch them while they're public. But Monday night I'm turning everything private, and then content is just going to be on Patreon. That's when content is going exclusively on Patreon. So um okay, see, no, I'll get some rosemary oil. I'll definitely get some rosemary oil and see what I can do with that and see what it does. But thank you guys so much, and take care and have a good Sunday night, and I will see you guys tomorrow in the next video.